Hi there. These comments are for Alec, and I am Michael from OTC, OnlineTOEFLCourse.com. You're one of my TOEFL Writing Bootcamp course students. And let's see how you did with this particular question. So you have some grammar questions, and I know they're going to be tough. I will do my best. So you say, thanks a lot for your reply and pointing out that in my essays I need to be more consistent with the point of view. I've just read my essay again and have noticed, and I'm going to get rid of this comma because you don't really have a compound sentence here. I've read my essay again and have noticed, I'm going to put here a few sentences that I'm not sure about. I would appreciate if you can let me know which of the following sentences are correct. Since during their college days, students spend a lot of time, let me make this bigger so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, so you have during their college days, right? Since during their college days, students spend a lot of time with their roommates, they should find someone whom they can get along with. How about this? You want to make it even more formal, with whom they can get along. You could do that. Then you put, since students spend a lot of time with their roommates during their college days, they should find someone with whom they can get along. Believe it or not, you can do all of them. You can put it, you're kind of taking the prepositional phrase and putting it inside of the dependent clause, or you're putting it after the dependent clause. But what about this? Let me show you one more. I'm going to show you one that I think might be even better. I think that all sentences are possible. All word orders are possible. Maybe the best one is to separate this introductory phrase from the dependent clause, put it in the beginning of the sentence. But I don't think you're going to get scored lower. What do you guys think at YouTube? So I'm changing it to this maybe. During their college days, since students spend a lot of time with their roommates, they should find someone with whom they can get along. So that's maybe the best way. Put the prepositional phrase first, right? And then put the dependent clause and then the independent clause at the end. In the following sentences, is it correct to use the past continuous or the past simple? My own take on this is the past continuous usually is some ongoing action in the past that's occurring in the middle of something else. You know, I was working on my essay when the phone rang. Something like that. To me, that's how you justify using that. In most cases, if it's possible to use both, I would go for the simple past because it's more concise and it's less clutter. For example, the first year of college was extremely stressful for my niece since she was living with a very disrespectful person. If you said this, while she was living with that person, she had difficulties completing her assignments or something, then you have two different actions there. But you're not really doing that, so since I would just say here, lived. I think it's less clutter. I think it's better. So since she lived with a very disrespectful person, her roommate was a party girl who was not interested in schoolwork, but was more focused on having fun. Likewise, I would go again. She went out. She went out every night. And came home in the middle of the night. So I don't think in these cases you could really justify using the past continuous, because you're not really showing how it's occurring within the context of some other action. So I think in this case it's a lot less clutter to simply say, since she lived with a very disrespectful person, her roommate was a party girl who was not interested in schoolwork but was more focused on having fun. Likewise, she went out every night and came home in the middle of the night. To me, the past perfect or the simple past tense works really well in those cases. Okay? So my advice on that, on any type of continuous or progressive verb tense, is, if possible, use the simple or the simple version of that. So maybe the simple past is better than the past progressive, for example. All right, and thank you for your questions.